So those flights down in Exeter have been amazing in terms of getting an extra exposure for the company. They're important, those flights, because obviously we're close to this technology. We're developing the technology, and we, on paper, are able to sort of state what the performance of the aircraft will be, and what the fuel savings and the reductions in emissions are going to be. But being able to demonstrate it, to fly those real world operational routes and collect the data, to be able to show and show the evidence that this is actually the fuel that we saved during those flights and the emissions that were cut is really important to us. So having that body of data has really sort of opened up some of those conversations for us. It's been really great.
Exeter, you're working with Exeter Airport. I appreciate we're very much at the start of what's going to be a long journey, but there's the sort of test zone idea, and Exeter. It's hoped that Exeter could lead the way with this type of technology moving forwards.
Yeah, sure. So Exeter are very forward thinking in this respect. So I'm still involved with them, and we talk regularly about how they will sort of start to try and implement these plans for a more sustainable sort of aviation environment there. One of the things we're talking about in particular is this concept of a future aviation test zone, and the idea is that you come to the southwest of the UK. We've got great companies in the area, and if you look across the whole region at all the facilities in place to allow companies like Ampere and others developing sort of electrified aviation technologies to come to the area and go all the way through to actually doing flight tests of your aircraft out of these airfields. So it's still early stages, and we're looking for sort of government funding to try to help with this. But the hope is that we will have the whole ecosystem in place to sort of accelerate the technology and help bring it to market more quickly.
Can you talk me through the economics behind this? So obviously it's cheaper once you're physically in the air to run the aircraft, but is it more expensive for the upkeep of the aircraft? And we're looking at the economics of being able to charge it on the ground. How can you just put into context the scale of the challenge that we're trying to address at the moment?
Yeah, when we talk about the economics of it, there are obviously two factors there. One is the upfront cost, and the other is the operational cost. So Ampere's strategy is all around trying to get to market as soon as possible with a product that's going to have a meaningful impact and can perform a useful mission. So it's got a useful payload and range. Part of that is that we've gone down the route of providing a retrofit to existing aircraft, and the beauty of that is that we can perform that retrofit during a normal scheduled maintenance operation that would involve very expensive maintenance of the existing gas turbine engine. So, and we can do it at a similar cost actually to what it would cost to overhaul that engine. So that helps with the upfront sort of payment side of things. And then on the operational aspect, we're obviously a hybrid solution. So we're using less fuel than normal because the power is being augmented by the electrical power supply. We burn up to 50% less fuel. In fact, in some cases, up to 70%, depending on the specific mission being fulfilled by the aircraft. Obviously, that translates to significant fuel saving and a reduction in emissions. It allows us to, the aircraft that we're bringing to market in 2024 will be certified at the end of 2024, the Eco Caravan. We've been careful to design that aircraft to allow it to charge itself whilst it's during flight. It's not quite as economical to operate the aircraft like that compared to charging it on the ground, but it does mean that we break that sort of chicken and egg cycle that's there from we don't want to have to rely on the infrastructure, the charging infrastructure, to be in place before people are able to start adopting this electrified aircraft technology.
Are you excited about this? Is there in the UK a level of excitement about this, or does the UK feel behind other countries, around the world when people are talking about this? Because clearly that is going to be the future. People don't want to be burning fossil fuels and flying around the world, and people are not flying now because of that. How exciting is this for you, and how leading the way is the UK and the West Country?
Yeah, this is a really exciting time to be in aviation. It's the next stage of aviation to some extent. We're entering the age of electrification. Very exciting time to be involved. The UK, like most major governments around the world, want to be a leader in this space. We're investing in the technology. We've got major sort of government programs of investments, such ATI, the Aerospace Technology Institute, that's significantly well funded, investing into this area, and we're trying to attract external and overseas companies into the area and into the Southwest region as well. You see that probably the headline grabbing news are things like battery gigafactories. We need to bring those companies into the UK, and the whole industry will kind of grow up around those businesses. So yeah, I think we're doing the right things. Always, we could be doing more, but yeah, we want to be a leader in this space.
You mentioned 2024 will hopefully have the UK Caravan. Is that flying, i.e. people will be using that, or is that 2024 and we'll be testing? Where are you up to now? What's your kind of short, what's your medium ambitions?
Yeah, so Ampere in November last year, so 2022, we did a flight demonstration of our new aircraft, which is the Eco Caravan. That's a product that will come to market at the end of 2024. So we're aiming for FAA, so US regulatory approval by the end of 2024, and begin sort of commercial operations straight after that. So the plan is to then shortly follow on with a UK and European regulation approval to allow us to start flying in the UK and the US. So short term, we are in the engineering development process of that. We're actually in the certification process and the sort of engineering and testing phase of that aircraft program. It's a very, very sort of time compressed program, and medium term we will bring that start entering into more formal flight test campaign, which we need to do to sort of gather the body of evidence to support that certification effort. And we'll start to roll out with our first customers at the end of 2024, early 2025. Most likely to be, I suppose, US regional operators initially, and then moving into the UK and Europe beyond there, from sort of mid 2025 onwards.